Imagine there are only 50 people left in the world. They know everything: where to find water in the middle of the desert, how to avoid earthquakes, and where to hide from hurricanes. Now imagine that in 1 minute we kill the oldest and wisest among them. What happens to the other 49? They are doomed. This is exactly what is happening in Africa today every 15 minutes. We are not just killing elephants. We are killing living GPS navigators of entire ecosystems. Today we will trace the chain of catastrophes triggered by the death of one old matriarch. Spoiler: it's more terrifying than you think. Male elephants are essentially solitary wanderers. They only come for mating. All wisdom and power rest in one female, the matriarch. She can be 50, 60, or even 80 years old. Her brain weighs almost 5 kilograms, 3 times more than a human brain. But it's not about the weight. Female elephants have twice as many neural connections in the temporal lobe as any other land animal. Why? To remember. She remembers that drought from 40 years ago. She remembers that path her grandmother took when she was still a calf. This is not just memory. It's a multi-dimensional navigation map overlaid with the social ties of 30 to 40 herd members. How does she do it? She senses infrasound, the vibration of water underground from up to 15 kilometers away. This is not just a skill. It's a map for 30 mouths that consume up to 300 liters of water and 150 kilograms of food every day. Without this map, the herd becomes a group of blind refugees. But why do matriarchs die so often? The answer is cynically horrifying. Females have thinner tusks than males, right? No. But the old matriarch has the longest and heaviest tusks in the herd's history. One such pair can buy a house on the black market. So poachers always aim for the largest elephant in the center of the group. It's business. In the past 50 years, we have lost over 70% of old matriarchs. A 2023 study showed where a matriarch is killed, within 500 kilometers, all large mammals disappear within the next 5 years. Why? Because the surviving elephants fall into a state that biologists call lost generation syndrome. They have nowhere to go. They start wandering in circles, exhausting already scarce resources on a small territory. And the worst part, they lose social bonds. Young females 15 to 20 years old try to take on the role of leader, but they don't know how to calm a calf's panic, how to split the herd when food is scarce. The social fabric tears apart. Now, about what scientists kept silent for decades. Elephants are the only animals on Earth besides humans that perform funeral rituals. They return to the matriarchs body days, weeks, and even years later. They sift through her bones with their trunks, memorizing the smell. This is not instinct, this is grief. Elephants, like us, have spindle, neurons in their brains, the very ones responsible for empathy, intuition, and social pain. When the matriarch dies, the remaining elephants may refuse food. Zoologists have recorded cases where healthy adults simply lay down and died of a broken heart 2 weeks after the leader's death. But the most terrible part is the calves. Calves under 5 years old are completely dependent on their mother's milk, but even more on their example. The matriarch shows them which leaves are poisonous and which are not. Without her, they start eating clay, sand, and toxic plants. A study from the University of Colorado proved that in herds that lost their matriarch, calf mortality increases by 400%. 400%. We are used to thinking that elephants are strong, but without the matriarch's brain, their strength becomes a curse. They simply trample their own habitat, trying to find a way out, turning the savanna into a desert. We are used to calling elephants just animals. In fact, they are key engineers of the planet. Elephants knock down trees so grass can get sunlight. They carry seeds for tens of kilometers, but when the herd loses its route, it begins to uncontrollably destroy everything in its path because it doesn't know where the next food is. They chew baobab bark at the wrong time of year, killing Africa's oldest trees. Within 20 years without a matriarch, the forest ecosystem collapses. Birds, insects, and small animals leave. A whole chain of extinctions follows one lost life. Dr. Cynthia Moss, who has observed elephants for 40 years, said a phrase that shifts consciousness. When we kill an old elephant, we burn the Library of Alexandria, just in one go. And you know what's the scariest part? We cannot simply take a new leader from another herd and insert them. Their social bonds are so unique that a stranger would be killed. Knowledge is unique, and it disappears forever. But there is good news too. In Kenya and Botswana, a program called Matriarch is now running. Zoologists use GPS collars and satellite images to track the routes of old females. If a matriarch is killed, humans take on the role of coordinator. Using drones, they show the young herd the safe path to water, literally leading them. And it works. For example, in Amboseli Park, a herd that lost its matriarch in 2018 was saved simply by highlighting the correct direction on a map. This proves if we stop being predators and become partners, there is a chance. Elephants can learn. If we give them time, if we preserve at least one old individual per 1,000 square kilometers, they will rebuild their clans. But for that, we need to stop hunting for large tusks. We literally hold in our hands the thread that pulls the entire savanna. And it depends on us whether it breaks or not. At the start of this video, I asked, what happens if one wise elephant is killed? Now you know the answer. 20 others die, the forest disappears, the river dries up, but knowledge is power. Now you know that every time you watch a video about elephants, or support reserves, or simply share this story with friends, you are literally saving their lives. Because their greatest enemy is not the poacher with a gun. Their enemy is our indifference. Hit like if elephants deserve to live, and subscribe so we can explore the most complex mysteries of the wild together. And in the comments, tell me what shocked you most. The mourning rituals, the 400% calf loss, or the fact that a herd turns a forest into a desert. I'm genuinely curious about your opinion. See you in the next episode. Take care of nature.